How's it going, everybody? It's been a hot minute since I've done this. We're gonna do a review here. I'm gonna probably go over. I'm gonna try to go over two of them here today. So let's take a look at what we got for this week. So we got this is second week of July. So let's take a look at what we got here. Let's make this a little bit smaller so it all fits in there quick. There we go. All right. Let's go. All right. So first thing I noticed here is the top right, camera 2 here. Oh, that's actually not bad. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Camera 3, that's a decent shot. I would maybe move this over just a little bit. Zoom in just a little bit, get him a little further into that third, and then have that. It feels because this is nitpicking. There's a little bit of negative space there. If we could get rid of that, maybe, and then just move that over. Zoom in just a little bit. That's just, like I said, that's pretty nitpicky. This we kind of want to do the same thing, same idea here. We want to move him over just a little bit more so it doesn't feel like he's like going out of the frame, because he's currently going out of the frame. We want more of him in the frame and more of him taking up the frame. And if we move him over a little bit, there's less negative space over here. I love these perspective shots. One thing I will say that I did notice a lot this week in particular is there was a whole lot of micro adjustments, and I haven't been doing this every week like I have been before. Um, so, and I used to say it all the time, pretty much every week. Get to 90% of the shot you want, and then stay there. That is going to be much more usable footage than if you get to your spot, get there most of the way, and then start micro adjusting because it gets a little jerky. Yeah, right now we have. Let's not forget that we have more than. We almost always will have the leader cam, so we don't necessarily need to get the leader. We did end up on the leader a couple of different times with all three cameras, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, you guys did a pretty good job overall of not doing that anyway, but just thought I should mention that. So on Morgan here, we are mostly doing what we need to do. I would zoom out just a little bit, and actually no, I would zoom in a little bit, and then move her over just a tiny bit. You guys are getting good at this, so I'm nitpicking as best I can here. All right, right here, I remember looking at this one. So if we could have taken just a tiny step to the left and gotten Morgan to stay where she is, but Julie over here a little bit more to fill that negative space, that would have been like a perfect shot. I think this is a great shot either way, but if we were to improve this, I would try to get Julie in the background a little bit more. All right, she's in the background. She can't be more in the background. I would have her to the left in the background. This shot right here, camera 3, I would take a step to the right a little bit and then move Morgan over here. And then we could still do the frame within frame, and Kristen's right here, so she would be taking up a fair amount of that negative space there as well. That way she doesn't feel like she's hanging on the edge here. We're adding tension to a shot that is that doesn't need to have any tension at all, because she's praying and it's about being hopeful. So we want less tension in that shot. All right, that's the first part of that one. Let's take a look at the second here. Open up all cameras. It's a good shot of Dave there. Good shot of Josh here too. Good job catching Julie here. I'm pretty sure I used that shot a couple of different times. I'm not sure you could have zoomed in more, but a little more zoom would be actually kind of cool here. And moving her hands over to the maybe this bottom third here, like that would have been cool. Or I mean, I guess we could have done that. That feels that doesn't feel bad either. That wouldn't have been bad, but either one of these thirds maybe. I guess it's in the, her hands are dead center, so I mean, there. We could pick a cross section. This is a good shot. I'm just thinking of ways we could improve it is all. Let's keep moving. Good job getting Julie singing here. I love that. I love when we can catch people singing and worshiping while they're not playing, or even while they are playing. But a non-vocalist singing in the background adds just so much extra. Good job on multiple perspectives of Morgan here while she's doing that. Hey, I really like that shot right there. We could move her over just a little bit over there. But again, I'm nitpicking at this point. So we got that. All right, then let's see. Can I pull up last week's? Last week was 7.5. And let's go to the band from last week. There's nothing there. Oh, no, we can't go to that because I didn't edit that and I don't have that on this hard drive. Let's go to the week before then, 6/28. There we are. There's Emma. All right. Let's take a look at this one. It's Dan. All right, there. All right. All right, so first off, I want to point out that Dan's shot is soft. So we want to make sure that we are ready to go with our first shot. That's why we have people stand beforehand. It is obvious that we weren't ready here quite yet. Always clarify if you are not ready or if you are unsure. There will always be somebody talking at the front end of the first song, and it will almost inevitably be whoever the worship leader that is listed in Planning Center. So keep that in mind. See right here. So we weren't ready because we were on Sarah Beth and not Dan. Let's close this other project. Close this project. Oh no, we leave that one open. Good job keeping him in the center there. We weren't quite ready yet, but the second perspective is great. Got to use that a little bit. Let's turn off the lyrics here so we can see this. All right, so with Sarah Beth here, this is she's a little too close to the center. I would prefer she was over here a little bit and a little bit more of a straight on shot, maybe. Maybe not straight on. But the shot just looks a little bit extra boring when she's in the center. She's actually moved to the left a little bit more than the center. Like her whole body is further into the left, so it actually adds tension to the shot. So we want to probably, even to the right just a tiny bit, will feel better. Good shot of Eric. Good shot of James down here as well. I like the shot. There's not all the negative space is kind of like broken up well with Jim over here. He actually could be a little bit to the left, a tiny bit, but that's Yeah, we're talking granular problems here. Oh yeah, I love it when we catch James singing. We had a really big band this week too, so that makes things extra fun. So we can find little pockets of stuff. I like the double perspective of Sarah Beth here. I like these shots here, especially if a floating camera is grabbing somebody who is singing, and we can get that nice close up. That always looks good. That always feels good. It's a perspective that yes, we don't get if we were in the room, but it does feel like we're up close and personal. So camera 3 has actually been on this for a while now. So keep in mind, again, I said it with the last one, the worship leader camera is taking care of the worship leader shot. So we want to make sure that we have more than just the worship leader on the camera. Had a couple different shots of Dan. That's nice. That's helpful because he's the only thing happening. So we actually had Mary playing her thing during this, so you can hear it a little bit here. And granted, yes, whenever one of our violin players is playing, it's always great to have them. But and maybe, I don't know, Mary's like so small in comparison to everybody. But if we could have found a shot of her doing her thing, she's all of her instruments are unique and different. So catching her when you audibly hear her doing something, it's always good, and she's always great to capture on film because she's great she's always worshiping joyfully. So this is a fun example of how hard it is to capture some people. Like, look how wide he sways from left to right. That is, that's a full frame. Yeah. I like this. I like that perspective shot there a lot, actually. I would have maybe panned up a little bit, especially since David is the one in focus there, and then give him a little bit more headroom. Again, nitpicking. It'd probably be helpful if I look at all the shots, not just. Yeah, right here. We got Mary. Yeah, that shot would have been extra awesome if we had gotten to 90%. So I kept the jitter in there because it's great having Mary in that. Yeah, whoever was on Worship Leader Cam had their work cut out for him with David here. He's just, it's just wild how right side, left side, right side, left side. It's he's a mover, which is great. That's totally fine that he does that. I just think it's funny that it's just a little more work. Good job capturing the things that are happening. Like right here, like we can hear the accordion, and we can barely see it with Mary in the background. This would be a great time to capture her doing that. Yeah, so this is why I want you guys to pay attention during rehearsal, at least a little bit, so you know that there are different instruments happening at different times. Oh, there's Mary. I like this shot of Tim here doing the haircut bit, like that. He is a tiny bit maybe too far to the right, because he's swaying out of it. So you want to compensate a little bit. So maybe put him to the right just a little bit, or to the left of the frame. That again. All of this is nitpicking because you guys are getting so good at this. Probably be helpful if we go to all the shots. Great shot of Mary. Great shot of David here. Yeah. We got. Oh, okay. I did a little. Whoever this was did a little bit of perspective change, and I like that. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. You guys are gonna talk a little bit about that kind of stuff at our camera seminar coming up in the fall here. But yeah, see right there, focuses on Dan, and then we move, and it's on David. That's cool. I like that kind of stuff. It's that little stuff that adds polish to our video that we get to have, that we don't always get to have, but when we can have it, it makes the experience of the watcher better. Watcher, the viewer. That's probably a better word. Watcher sounds awkward. And right here is what I'm talking about with Mary. So right now the microphone stand is in the way a little bit, so maybe take a step to the right a little bit, but she's always passionately worshiping, and it is always fun to have her on, have her filmed. David's hanging a little bit to the right here, a little bit more. I would zoom in just a little bit, move him to the left. Again, we're never sure which direction he's going, so bear that in mind too. Open that back up. Love this shot here of Sarah Beth. That's solid. That's the kind of shots we're looking for with the floating cameras. Nice up close, very little negative space, and where there is negative space, it feels very broken up. So on the leader shot here, maybe No, we don't want to zoom in there. But I would have him maybe to the left just a little bit, just so he's not dead center. And it looks like one of the cameras turned off. What's going on there? Yeah. One of the cameras just turned off. So we don't want that. That said, I mean, it's not hurting anything right now, but we want to keep rolling through the end, at the very least until we get to the outro. All right. Well, that's the end of two of them. So, you know, I forgot to say it at the front end. None of this is meant to be hurtful or mean or come down on anybody. This is all so we can get better together. There wasn't a whole lot that I like outright thought, oh, we need to fix this immediately. So keep in mind, you guys are doing fantastic. And like I said earlier, we are planning on doing a kind of an advanced camera seminar, video work seminar, just getting some cool shots. We have Ben Barrett. He's going to come and talk to you guys because it's good for you guys to hear from people that aren't me and people with more experience than me. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. We'll have more information of that coming up. So thanks, guys. You guys are fantastic. It is. I don't get to say it enough, especially since I don't get to do these as often anymore. But you guys are awesome. It is great having you on the team, and you guys are loved. You guys are so much fun to be around. And so thank you. I hope you guys are having a great day. Peace.